watching GW News Recap. I'm your anchor Azin Jamir, bringing to you the top stories of the week. Let's have a look at the stories that matter to the headlines. Kohima police have arrested the prime suspect in a string of vehicle thefts reported across Kohima town. 3 persons, 2 of them women, died and 50 others injured in a stampede during the Ratyatra in Odisha's Puri. Russia launched its biggest aerial attack against Ukraine during the night as part of an escalating bomb campaign that further dashed hopes for a breakthrough in efforts to end the 3-year-old war. And now the news in details. Kohima police have arrested the prime suspect in a string of vehicle thefts reported across Kohima town. In an official release, the Kohima Police PRO said the arrest was made on June 24 following vital leads obtained through extensive CCTV footage analysis from various parts of the town. Support from local community members also played a key role in identifying the accused 25-year-old Vio Sechingro of Tongrar village in Twinsang district. The operation was launched after multiple complaints of missing vehicles were registered across Kohima. The suspect is currently in police custody and a case has been registered for further investigation. Preliminary interrogation revealed that the stolen vehicles were allegedly disposed of in Senapati district of Manipur. Based on the input, police have recovered 1 stolen motorcycle so far, with efforts underway to trace more. Kohima police have urged the public to remain vigilant and continue reporting any suspicious activity to assist law enforcement. 3 persons, 2 of them women, died and 50 others injured in a stampede during the Ratyatra in Odisha's Puri. The incident occurred when the 3 rats carrying idols of Lord Jagannath, Lord Balabhadra and Goddess Subhadra were near Sri Kundija temple, about 3 kilometers from Jagannath temple where the yatra began. Around 4:30 a.m. today, the holy chariots were at the Kundija temple and a large crowd had gathered for a darshan. As the crowd swelled, some people fell and a stampede began. 3 people died on the spot. These 2 include Prabhadidas and Basanti Sahu and 70-year-old Brahmakant Mohandi. All 3, it is learned, are from Kura district and had come to Puri for the Rath Yatra. Puri collector Siddharth Shankar Swain said the bodies of the victims had been sent for autopsy and the examination would reveal the exact cause of death. He said adequate security arrangements were in place, but the crowd suddenly went out of control, leading to the tragedy. A political row has meanwhile broken out over a delay in starting the Rath Yatra this time. BJD chief and former chief minister Navin Patnaik described it as a terrible mess. The Gujarat Health Department confirmed the loss of 275 lives in the recent Air India Boeing 787 Dreamliner crash in Ahmedabad. The number includes 241 passengers and crew members on board the aircraft, as well as 34 individuals who were on the ground when the crash occurred. The fateful aircraft crashed into the ground only seconds after the takeoff on June 12 en route to London. No official death toll has been released until now, with authorities stating that identification of victims would only be possible after DNA testing was completed. State government officials said that all the bodies have now been recovered. Of the total death count, 266 victims have been identified so far, while 256 bodies have been handed over to the families. 260 bodies were identified through DNA analysis and 6 using facial recognition techniques, the report added. The victims included 120 men, 124 women and 16 children. Identification of the remaining bodies is still underway. An Air India Boeing 7878 Dreamliner flying non-stop to London crashed less than a minute after taking off from Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport in Ahmedabad on June 12. Part of the aircraft came down on a students' hostel complex within the premises of BJ Medical College in the Mekhani Nagar locality. At least 25 people have been killed and 63 others wounded in a suicide bomb attack at a church in Damascus, Syria's health ministry has said. A man opened fire with a weapon at the Greek Orthodox Church of the Prophet Elias in the Dwela neighborhood during a service on June 22 evening before detonating an explosive vest, according to the Interior Ministry. It said the attacker was affiliated with the jihadist Islamic group State. There was no immediate claim from the group itself. Photos and video from inside the church showed a heavily damaged altar, pews covered in broken glass and blood spattered across the walls. It was the first such attack in Damascus since Islamist-led rebel forces overthrew Bashar al-Assad in December, 13 years of devastating civil war. According to initial information, the bomb blast occurred at the entrance to the church, resulting in the deaths of people who were both inside the building and in the immediate vicinity, it added. Greek Prime Minister Mitsotakis also called on the new interim government to take concrete measures to protect all ethnic and religious minorities in Syria. Interior Minister Anas Katab said specialist teams from his ministry had begun investigating the circumstances of what he called a reprehensible crime. The Office of UN Special Envoy for Syria, Keir Peterson, condemned the attack and urged Syrians to continue in rejecting terrorism, extremism, indictment and the targeting of any community. Russia launched its biggest aerial attack against Ukraine during the night as part of an escalating bombing campaign that further dashed hopes for a breakthrough in efforts to end the 3-year-old war. Russia fired a total of 537 aerial weapons at Ukraine, including 477 drones and decoys and 60 missiles, Ukraine's Air Force said. Of this, 249 were shot down and 26 were lost, likely having been electronically jammed. Head of communications for Ukraine's Air Force told that the overnight onslaught was the most massive airstrike on the country, taking into account both drones and various types of missiles. The attack targeted regions across Ukraine, including western Ukraine, far from the front line. Poland and allied countries scrambled aircraft to ensure the safety of Polish airspace, the Polish Air Force said on Sunday. Kherson Regional Governor Alexander Prokudin said one person died in a drone strike. 6 people were wounded in Cherkasy, including a child. This marks an escalation after the attacks during the early days of this month, which was said to be the most powerful attack since the start of war at the time. The attack killed at least 3 people and injured 21 others. Kharkiv's mayor said the barrage had damaged 18 apartment blocks and 13 private houses. Well, viewers, that's it for this week's news recap. For more news like this, you stay connected to Global Window. Good night.